Hi, hi everyone. Kathy back with Big Barn Balloons. Happy Sunday. How is everyone today? It's been a hot minute, right? Let's create these today. So excited to share these with you. So my name's Kathy with Big Barn Balloons. When you come on, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Someone let me know if they can hear and see me okay. All the things we're working with is working properly, and we'll get going on this. Let me bring you guys up on my iPad so I can see your comments, and we will get going. All right, here we go. All right, can someone take the brave leap and comment and tell me that you can hear and see me? Let me get organized here, because I have quite the mess. Quite the mess. Hey Elizabeth, hi again. Yay, thanks for coming on. Elizabeth, can you hear and see me okay? Everything working good, I hope. So, you guys, let me clean up a little bit of glitter. It's been quite the glitter day today here at Big Barn Balloons. So let me get a little bit of the excess off the table. Hey Gina, good. Gina, you can hear and see me. Hey Pam from Foggy Auburn, good. All right, so we're in business. All right, so we're making these today, and yes, they are kits. If you want to build them their kits, I'm also going to have a few already made up. So what these are awesome. I've been saving the best for last. It's not last, but as far as kits go for the holiday season. This is a Lazy Susan tray that we build this design on, and the reason I save them for this time of the year, this close to Christmas, is maybe you're at the point where you're baking cookies, candies, little tiny gifts that you need to give away. This is the tray for it. So, it's a tray. I have filled it with Christmas candy here. We're going to build the arrangement on it today, and you can put anything in here. You could put cookies, candies, whatever. I will tell you, this is spray foam, the base. So as far as food safe, I would try to have pre-wrapped items, or wrap your items in cellophane or something, or put something down. But it can hold all kinds of little goodies. These are great gifts. Take it, fill it, maybe wrap it with cellophane in a bow. Easy peasy, you're done. And you have something that you can say, I made it myself, right? So this is the big one. It's actually a Lazy Susan, which I love. I thought it was so cute. And if we dump the candy, let me find a bowl to put the candy in. Well, I'll show you on the next one. It has that black and white checkerboard that is so trending right now. Let me move this one over. I'll show you the base of this one. We'll probably do this one first. So this is how it will come for the large, all ready to build. But it has that great checkerboard design that is so cool. Okay, now onto the little one. Little, but not so little, just a different style. We'll put this one aside. This one is more of a pedestal bow. Love it. Look at the gold bowl, and you have the front of it to put your candy or whatever item you want to place in it. So if we dump this out, not one piece, we're going to build this. This one comes like this. So you can see the checker white, black and white. In there, we've got Santa on, all the snow, and we get to build around it. So super cute. So these will come as a kit with the blank like this. The snowman or the Santa is already on there. The snow is already in there, and you get all of the other design elements to build this. So for these kits, to let you know, what is not included in them, you're going to get, let's say the big one. You're going to get your bundle of all of your elements like this, because this is the one we're building first. Oh, I need one more of those. See, I'm still putting them together. So you're going to get all of your elements, and you're going to get ribbon, because we use ribbon for the bow, a zip tie for the bow, your grapevine wire for the bow. What you're not going to get is a glue gun, wire cutters, scissors. So you need your basic tools to build this. So I don't provide the tools, I just provide all of the ingredients. And you're ready to go. And this video, which will be the instructional video for both of these designs, will be moved to my YouTube so you can watch it over and over again while you build yours, or if you want to try to come up with your own. So these are trays and like a little compote bowl, but you could build this design on anything and leave a space to put goodies in. But these are so fun to give at the holidays. If you need that last minute gift, the stores are wiped out, you don't want to go to the stores, this will show up on your doorstep. And right now we are shipping at the same day, so within 24 hours they'll be shipped out. So let's get started. I think we'll start on the big one. I'm going to move this one aside, make myself a little room here, push that one back. Let's put this one over here, this little table I got. Okay, let's bring this forward. Hold on. I'm getting it together here little by little. So we've got these. Sorry, I'm off camera right now. And we've got one of these. I'm separating these out between the two designs because I've got a pile of greens here. So let me get my greens going. Okay, so we need this. We need these. We need some beautiful holly. And we need our Santa right here. Okay, so let's get started with the big one first. So how is everyone? It's been a while. We've been busy inside the barn, which is my online coaching design school. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you like my style of teaching, my design school is accepting new members right now. Also, it is currently $30 a month. What do you get for that? You get me 3 times a week. So we do 2 live tutorials and one that's either a tutorial or a Q&A, maybe a shopping trip where I show you how I pick out what I use, all the things. $30 a month right now. We also have an extensive library of over 100 videos that you can watch at your leisure. Everything that we do inside the barn live during the week goes into the library so you can watch it over and over again as many times as you want. Also, it's $30 right now, but January 1st, it is going up. So if you get in now, I hate to sound like an infomercial, but if you get in now at that price, you get that price for as long as you're inside the barn. So when you hear me say, we made this inside the barn today, that is what inside the barn is. So, and I see that there's some people from inside the barn that are actually on. So we did a little live earlier today, so thanks for coming back on, you guys. Hanging out with me today. So Pam's on, Gina's on, Elizabeth, Richard, hey Wanda, Fantastic Designs, thanks for coming on today. Nidra, hi, so good to see you too. Yeah, and I've been a little bit absent lately, so you know, I used to go live just about every day. I will tell you, we've been very busy inside the barn because we do get together 3 times a week. And we also have a sick family member right now. So we've been running back and forth from Utah. So, yeah, so haven't been on. We're hoping to pop on more or write more regularly on lives on this channel. So also I have a YouTube, if you're not aware. I'll put a link to the YouTube and the link to join Inside the Barn when we're off of here, and a link to my Etsy's because I'm going to list these tonight. But the YouTube, there's lots of videos over there that you guys can subscribe and watch, and they're all free. So let's get started now. So did I see, oh, Lisa's on, Nicole's on. Hey guys, good to see you. Okay, this is one of my favorites, I'm telling you. These designs in the trays are just awesome. And I hunt for these black and white trays. Let me tell you, I hunt for them. And then I save them up for times like this. So what we're going to do, you're going to get a piece of holly. This is for the big design. This massive piece of holly, we're going to break it down so we can use it. You're going to get a piece of pine like this, and 2 little pieces of glittered. This is like a mistletoe. So let's start with the pine. So again, this is already prepped and ready for you. It'll come shipped in the box with all the supplies. We're going to put that aside. We're going to take this piece of pine, because we're not going to just put a big piece of pine behind this guy. We're going to put individual pieces. So we spread this out. If you spread this out, you see you can get six pieces out of this little pick. which is great because then we can put them exactly where we want and not just have this massive spray that's hanging out in this design. It's too big. So this is the perfect spray to break down for this. So let's break this down, throw that excess away. And so I'm going to be using a stemming machine. That's this crazy looking machine right here. You'll hear me clicking on it as I add metal picks to this. But everything in your kit to make this will easily, if you add a little glue, you can push it right into this foam. I have the machine, so I'm going to use it. If you get into floral design, by the way, you get into floral design, you're going to want one of these machines. It changes your life. It really does. It makes designing so easy. But if you don't for now, they are expensive, usually between $200 and $300. You can easily use glue gun, glue pot, whatever. Add a little glue to the bottom of this, stick it right in. I'm going to use this though. I'll show you what it does. No, I don't sell these, so this is not an infomercial for the machine either. But it puts a little metal spike on the end of your stem so that you can push it in at any angle. I mean, you can do that without, like I said, with glue, but there's little jagged edges on this that prevent it from backing out, or they help prevent it from backing out. So we have 6. Let me put little picks on all of these so we're ready to roll. Ready to roll. So who is ready for Christmas? Anybody? Anybody? I can tell you I am not. My tree is not decorated yet. Yeah, I'm a little behind, but we did just recently get back from Utah again, so we're going back and forth. We live in California, way north, and we drive to Utah. We've been going like once a month right now. My brother-in-law is on hospice, and so it's kind of a hard time right now at the holidays, so we're doing what we can to support our family and be there when we can. So in between we come back and you'll see me. So let's see, guys. Okay, so let's get started on this. We have 6 pieces, 6 little pieces, and we're going to build this little forest around him. So, and I'm going to bring him a little bit out. Do you see how I leave a space? I can get a hand in between his back and where these start, because we're going to add holly too, but I like to build the backdrop first. So, and then we'll put the holly right in front of it. So we're going to start right behind him, and we're going to do 2 pieces straight up and down right behind him. Let me bring this back so I can get a little more traction on this. So I'm going to go straight down with this piece. Where's my needle nose? And then another piece right next to it. Right like that. So we create this greenery right behind them, and we're going to keep going with that. So now I'm going to fan out just a little bit, like this. So we start tilting them. So the first 2 pieces were straight up and down. The next piece tilts to the side just a little bit. So from straight to side. So you angle it. So it's almost like we're building this little fan. And by the way, this is a beginner-friendly design. Beginner-friendly, so don't think you have to have experience to build this. So now we have 4 pieces. 2 more. So we're literally now going to come a little bit forward in the design. So these are back here. We're going to come next to Santa instead of behind him, and we're going to angle it even more. So if you're looking at this like this, we're coming next to him and forward, and we're going to come sideways a little bit more so we kind of bring it down to the snow. So forward and down, right like that. So see, it completes it. And you can see that there is a space between the back set of greenery and the front. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on this side. Right like that. And he has this massive pile of snow. So much fun to make. I use spray foam, of course, in white. But look at how cute. It just looks like he's sitting on a pile of snow in the forest, all the greens. So much fun. Okay, so next we're going to work with our holly. Our holly. Let's see. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Claire. How are you? Good to see you on. Gina says, my house and trees are decorated. Oh, they're not decorated. I am too. Hey, Kim. Donna. My sister from another mister. Donna, we have got to catch up. Got to catch up. Donna is my sister. I'll say that. We were co-workers in another life. It's so good to see you on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the spray foam. The spray foam. And that's why I say, like, you can put candies and cookies and all the thing. I don't know if spray foam is food safe, so that's why I say, you know, wrap them. You can buy those little tiny, go to like Hobby Lobby, you can buy those little cellophane bags if you make cookies, individually wrap them. It makes it look even more special. Same with candy. Just wrap them in little bags. So I don't, because I don't want to be responsible for saying, it's food safe, and it's not. So, that's so cute, right? I had a lady buy a bunch of these as gifts. And then she goes, do you have one? I want one just for myself. I go, yeah. She says, I tell you what I'm going to use it for. She goes, always on my entry table, I have a little tray for our keys. She goes, we're just going to throw our keys on it. I'm like, that's a good idea, right? So she's using it as a key tray. Okay, so what I've done, we have little branches that come off of this. So cut your holly down into pieces. So we're going to cut this down and add it. So then when you get your side branches off, we're going to keep a couple for the fan, and then we'll have a few little pieces for up front. So I'm just going to cut this down. So we'll have 3 that are fairly the same size like this. And then we're going to take these and cut them down, just so that we have some access pieces that we can put in. So let's see. We have 1, 2, and this will be 3. So you'll tend to see that when I design, I buy some bigger sprays because you get so much mileage out of them when you cut them all down. So the little pieces I'm going to put aside. We're going to use those up toward the front. But let's bring this back and let's do the back of this. But I just thought that was so cute. I'm going to throw my keys on it. I'm like, that's kind of cool. So many things you can do with it. Lynn, hey, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to do my tree. Bob put the tree up, so it's up in there. It's artificial, because, yeah, I don't have time to cut. My kids all go cut trees, but I'm like, no. But anyway, so it is up, and the lights are so pretty. It's just green and white, and I'm like, maybe we just leave it like that this year. Bob's like, you got to decorate it. I'm like, I know. Probably get it done Christmas Eve. We'll see. But yeah, it's just how it's going. The mantle's done though. Did you guys get to see my mantle picture that I teased? So the mantle is done. So now I'm coming in front. I'm going to sit here and gab. I'm coming in front of that pine and bringing this guy straight down. So I said I like to layer them, but look at how cute. Easy, beginner, friendly. I'm telling you, so easy. So we're going to do that with the next 2 pieces. So let's go ahead. And actually, I think these don't need to be that tall, so let's cut these down again. So you can cut them down into several little pieces. But I'm looking at this going, I don't need it to be that tall. Maybe this next one right here. Let's put this one in. And I think I lost a piece. No, I saw it. Yes. So sometimes your little pieces will come off, and there's little tiny nubs here. Just put them right back on. You know, it's just the way they're made. No harm, no foul. Okay, so here's another piece. Now we're going to come right here in front of this pine. And so we're doing 3, but as we go, we're bringing this a little bit shorter. And how you're going to do that is just you're going to angle it a little bit rather than straight up and down. Angle it and then push it way in. And like I said, if you don't have a stemming machine, you're fine. Just add a little glue, push it on in. So look at that, how he's being surrounded by holly now. Super pretty. And let's do another little piece of this. And I'm going to take this off this, kind of making up my little piece here. So this is another little curved piece, but it doesn't need to be that long. And I'm going to bring this in right here on the other side of Santa. So there we go. We can bend them down a little bit. Right like that. So he's got holly all around. How festive is that, right? Desiree! Hi, Desiree is my niece. Hey, Des. Tell Charlie I said hi. Frenchie, hi, how are you? Good to see you on. Okay, so we have those, and we have all these little pieces left. All these little pieces. This is just a piece of a piece. So, little ones, right? We're going to bring those in too. So what I'm going to do is bring these, and let's bring them draping down on the sides. So it doesn't just end up at the top, we need to bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to push this in this side, see how that comes forward like that. And then let's get another one for the other side. And I'm going to push this on here. Hold on. So then we're going to have one little piece left over that has just two little sprigs on it. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. I'm going to put a little bend on this. We're going to angle it, but I'll bend it just a little. And then bring this right up into here. Twist this around. So there's all the holly added. Isn't that cute? So who tells me, or someone tell me, this easy, would you try this? Because it's such a good beginner design. Melissa, hey, good to see you on. Sherry, hey. Sherry and Cheryl. God, everybody's jumping on today. I love this. I love this. All right, guys. Okay, so we have those. You're going to end up with two little pieces on a stem. We're actually going to take these off the stem and save these, because when we put our bow in, we're going to put these around the bow. It's going to be so cool. Okay, so let me dust off the glitter. I'm making a glitter mess on the tray. So next we have these guys. So these we're going to break in half. Okay, we're going to cut them in half. But if you take the two bottom branches like this, kind of pull them apart like that. Don't pull them apart, but bend them. You know, get them out of the way. You're going to put a cut right where the top of the two, the higher one, starts. So this is going to bring this into two branches. So you're going to have a little piece like this, and then you're going to have a piece like this. And we're going to do that to both of these picks. So find the two bottom branches, find the one that's a little higher on the stem, cut right above it. This is why you need your wire cutters. Okay, so I have two pieces like this on long stems. We're going to put those up toward the back, and then these, of course, on the side. So this is like a glittery, it's a glittery mistletoe. So it's going to add a little contrast with all of this dark green we have going on. We need to brighten it up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to cut these so they're not too long. Again, a little glue, and then we're going to place them in. I'm going to use my stem machine just because I have it. So I got to use it. Got to use it. All right. Oh, good. Donna, it's been having a blast with all the kids. I love them. They're so much fun. And if you are in the Reading area, we actually have some in-person workshops coming up next weekend. I'm going to probably get those posted tonight or tomorrow with the schedule. So they're held at my house, in my kitchen. May make Bob cook for us. No, I'm just kidding. Won't make Bob cook. But they're in the house, and I have a big farm table, and we get together, and it's a really good time. So we have the snowman. I just snowed a bunch of snowman this morning. The snowman top hat kit, and I'm trying to think of what else I have in there. We did a couple. I got a couple of them prepped today. So those are coming up. We may even have a bow boot camp, because I get so many requests for bows. Like, how do you make them? What do I do? All the things. So I'm like, yeah, I think we'll go there. Okay, so I just put these in backwards. I'm going to take those out. Don't do it. Don't talk and work. It doesn't work. So these are the short ones that go in front. These are the longer ones, and I put them in backwards. So if you do that, you can take them right back out and put them right back in. So we'll take those two out. Oops, my bad. And these are the ones that go up toward the back, because they're a little taller. They're a little fuller too. So we're going to push that in, right like that, and then this one on this side. over here. Get down to that foam, because I'm not paying attention. I'm excited that I'm seeing all my friends. Okay, bring that pine back up. Hold on. The pine is getting in the way. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so there's the two in back. And then now we put two on the sides. And we're going to remember, not straight up and down, we're going to angle these when we put these in this area here. So one on this side, we'll go in at an angle. Love that squishy sound. So we end up with one here and one on the actual opposite side. I gotta turn around so I can see, guys. Because yeah, it's hard to do these backwards, that's for sure. Okay, so there it is with the glitter mistletoe. And see how it brightens it up, and it kind of, not only does it brighten up the greenery, you get a little more contrast. The snow doesn't look quite so white now. I mean, it's still pure white, but I mean, it kind of brings it up into the design. Okay, so we still have these two little guys. We're going to keep those aside, but let's make our bow now. Rita, hi. Jennifer, hi. Kathy. Yes, these are so much fun. They're so much fun. Also, another thing they're really fun for is, you know, school's going to be out soon. So what a fun project to make with kids. However, if you make it with kids, thank you for the hearts, you guys. If you make it with kids, you have to have supervision. Glue gun, wire cutter, scissors, things that you can get hurt on, kids can get hurt on. So it might be something where you get things prepped and then you let them push it in. So you put the hot glue on it, they push it in, but with lots of supervision. So, or they sit with you while you make it. So kind of fun. Or, do you have a girls group? I do a lot of these, especially bunco groups. Call me and say, can we do a workshop? Absolutely. So it's Christmas time, you're looking for something to do with your besties, get some kids together. And because I'm on YouTube, this video will be on YouTube, you can stream it through your TV. Or so they tell me. I'm technically challenged. But I'm told by the men in my life that you can do that. So, and I've had other people that have bought my kits say they stream it on their TV or their computer or whatever, a bigger screen than your phone. So anyway, all the possibilities. All right, we'll move this aside. Let's make a simple bow. So in your kit, you're going to get a zip tie. So this is what the zip tie is for. And it's called grapevine wire. Where did I do with my grapevine wire? I know I pulled it out. Oh, it jumped off the table. It did. On the floor. Okay. So you're going to get some of this. It's called grapevine wire. It's a pretty strong wire wrapped in like raffia paper is all thing I can think of what they wrap it in. But you use this to get the bow into the design. So we'll talk about this in a second. But you're going to get a piece of this. It's going to be a couple inches long, like this. So we're going to use those two to build this. Get your scissors. This is where you need your scissors. So you'll get the ribbon already cut in one long length. It'll be plenty to make the bow. You may even have to cut the tail shorter. But your tails are going to be approximately 7 inches long to start. You may trim them up from there. Okay, and then, so you pinch your ribbon here. Come out here with it. I'm going to pull a bunch of this off. You're going to bring it down to your table to 6. So from the pinch, and this is what I do. If you have a quilter's mat, you're on it. Use your measurements. Otherwise, take a ruler, take a tape measure, whatever, and mark off 0 and 6. And you're good. Your bow loop is going to be 3 inch. So you go to 6 and you pinch again. So I have a pinch here. This is 6 inches. I pinch here. You can see with this ribbon, it's green on one side, red on the other. You bring your green sides together, and there is your little bow loop. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to twist so the red is back up. Bring it back to your measurements, go to 6, pinch again, bring the green sides together in the middle. again. So there's your 2 loops, and we're going to do that 2 more times, one on each side, so you have 2 loops on each side, total of 4 bow loops. So I'm going to twist it back up. We're going to go to 6, pinch, bring the green sides together in the middle. Twist it right side back up, or red side back up. And if you don't want to keep going down to your mat, you can just take this and kind of eye it, bring it back to the middle, and you can do what I call bunny ears. See how they match? That one's a little taller. So put your hands through it like this. If they match, you've got the right length, and then twist it. Right side back up. And then cut it, or for you, it'll just be the end of your ribbon piece. So now we'll secure this, and then I'll show you that you may end up having to trim your tails a little bit. Because I usually give you a little bit extra ribbon. Okay, so we're going to pinch this together. I am going to bring my tails to the same side like that. You're going to place your zip tie over the top. So your thumb and your forefinger are holding this right now. Get that zip tie under your thumb. Push the little nubby thing where you feed it all the way to your thumb. Why? Here's a trick. So now you can bring this around the back of the bow. Now you have control over that nub, and you're not chasing it around because it's hanging way out here. So it's very stable, and you can just feed your zip tie through. Feed the other side of the zip tie through. Okay, and then we're going to push that nubby side to the back. You're not going to tighten it all the way. So I suggest 2, and I should have said that in the beginning of this. Watch this video all the way through before you build your kit, because I should have mentioned that. You're not going to zip it down all the way tight. You're going to leave a little space so we can get this grapevine wire underneath that zip tie. This is how we're going to end up getting this bow into the arrangement. So you flip this over and you push that right under the zip tie, feed it through. Now you can tighten it down as tight as you can get it. And then I'll show you what that's supposed to look like. And that little nub is in the back because we don't want to see it. So this is what it should look like, right like that. You've got that grapevine wire, 50% on each side, as well as you can. And you have this long piece, cut it off now. Cut it off. Okay, now we're going to take that grapevine wire. We're going to bend one side to the opposite side. So look at, see how they're both on one side now, right here? Flatten it down on top of that zip tie as much as you can. Then bring the opposite piece over to the other side. Why, you ask? Because our twist of this grapevine wire is going to be as close to that zip tie as we can get it. And with it being as close as you can get it, you're going to get it tight to the ribbon. So it won't be loose in your arrangement. So now that you have them on opposite sides, you can start twisting like a bread tie if you're old enough to know what a bread tie is, like me. So you just twist them together like this. Cut the very end off because they both won't probably meet at the end. You'll have one piece a little longer. So now you have this. This is what you would put a little glue on, and you're going to push it right into the arrangement. I have the semi machine. I'm going to put a metal pick on it. So if you have the semi machine, use it. If not, glue works just fine. That wire is pretty stiff, and you can get it into the styrofoam. Okay, so here is the cute little bow that goes in this design. So cute. And now we have a little pick on it. So it looks like this. I have a metal pick, or you have the grapevine wire. And that's what we're going to push into the design. Easy peasy. So if you ever wondered, how do I get a bow in a flower arrangement? This is how you do it. Okay, so you can choose where your bow goes. I'm putting mine up on the left. And I usually put mine at an angle like this so that the bow loops come off the side. So if I'm facing the bow, you're looking at the bow, the left-hand side of the bow. If the bow's in front of you, it's the right-hand side. Does that make sense? So anyway, it's like this. So these loops are up, these loops are down. So it's not square on the arrangement, it's tilted on the side. so that your loops go to the side and stay out of the tray where you're going to put your goodies. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. Let me put this on in here. And I'm putting it pretty up close to all the greens and everything. So, because I just want to keep it away from what we're going to put in the tray. Whether it be keys or goodies, we just want to make sure that there's room on the tray and the ribbon isn't taking it all up. So then once you do that, you can fluff this bow a little bit. You can even have part of the tails be green. You can, they flip pretty easy. I'm making mine all red, but see how it's kind of off to the side. You've got the pretty bow, but it's not taking up space on the tray at all. And then once you do that, thank you for the hearts, guys. We can go ahead and trim these. So that's a little long for me. So the one that's in front, a little bit shorter. The ribbon is wired, so it's easy to work with. And then this one seems like it's okay. So I'm going to trim it. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Okay, so let me turn around. Let me blow off all the glitter. Glitter everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, so we have this cute little bow and this cute little Santa sitting in his forest of greenery. But remember I said you might have a few little pieces of this left over? So I think it's cute to kind of glue these coming out of the bow. And the other thing it does is it kind of, if you can see your zip tie at all, you can hide it with these. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue, bring my glue gun over. A little bit of glue to this guy. So easy peasy. And we're just going to glue it in. I'm kind of going right on top of that bow, like this. And I'll do it with the second one. So I'm going right over the top of that zip tie, in the middle where it goes around. So I'm going to do one on each side so that I kind of camouflage it a little bit. And then you have holly coming out the middle of your bow, which I think, oh, don't, it bit me. Move your glue gun so you don't burn yourself. But I love the look of the holly coming through the bow. It just adds a little extra for just a scrap. So see it coming out of the bow there? And now there's no chance of seeing that zip tie. What do you guys think? Is that fun? And look at, this is the best part. Kids will love it. You can spin it. Okay, so you're sitting on a table. You're sitting at the dining table, right? Everybody's had their meal. And now you're playing a game or something. It's Christmas, or it's Christmas Eve, whenever, or Christmas party. So everybody's gathered around. Look at, it's like you're getting your snack, and you're like, nope, I want a snack. No, I want the snack. No, I want the snack, right? Seriously. So it is a lazy Susan, and it turns. So there's the first kit, you guys. These will be available tonight. Very limited quantity, I just got to let you know. And of course, because I already made one, there'll be two that are available made up like this that I can ship out tomorrow. Okay, Bob will, because he's my CEO. Because he carries everything out. So he is my shipper. So he is raring to go, you guys. He's like, please list those, Kathy, so they can get off our kitchen island. So I have, I don't know, I think 8 or 10 of these lined up all snowed, and he's like, yeah, we can't even cook right now because there's so much. And then there's another 8 or so of these. Yeah. And then another dozen little snowman top hats. It is like Santa's workshop out there. All right. Thanks, Nidra. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Desiree. Thanks, Frenchie. Awesome. Hey, Selena. Thanks for jumping back on again. Okay, so let's make the second one. So when you're done with that, then sprinkle what you want. Like I showed you this one over here. This one has a little bit bigger bow, you know? Sometimes it happens. But here, I'll just transfer the candy. Just dump the candy on. Look at this, so easy peasy. So I was kind of excited because I had to go buy chocolate for the tray, for the demonstration. I had to, my hands were tied. Bob's like, what are you buying? I said, I need candy for my live. He goes, you teach floral design, what are you doing? I go, I need candy for the live. So there it is with candy. All right, so let's go on to the second one now. I'll quit being a goofball. Might have to pop a piece of chocolate in my mouth. All right, so here's our second one. So a little bit different design because it's actually a bowl. It's a bowl, but I love it. It's got the gold on the outside and it's got that black and white checkered, which rhymes with Pickenzie Milds. Yeah, it does. So here's what it starts out as. And I love that on both designs, the little Santa says Merry Christmas. So if you did want to give it as a gift, it says Merry Christmas on top of it. But you can see the checkerboard in there, and then with the gold outside, so adorable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is this one, a little bit different design. Same concept, a little bit different ingredients. Yes, fresh cookies, like your Santa cookie and milk tray, the bigger one. Perfect. Okay, so now let me drink a little water here. For this one, here's a look at it. Done. Easy. This one's so easy. Okay, you're gonna get over here and get my greens going. You're gonna get two kinds of greens and one, I'm looking, did I get it right? Yeah. And then one berry. So these are awesome. So you're gonna get a cedar like this. Look how real that looks. It looks so real. Again, the same pine that we used in the other one. And some of these metallic looking berries. So these are only the only three ingredients in this design plus the bow and using the same ribbon. It's awesome. Yeah, I may have to put one of these aside for me. It's like, I want, and then which one? I like them both. I love that that one turns just because, you know. But I love that this is a bowl. It's so cute. So, anyway, let's get started. I'll refrain. We're going to start with this again. So again, 6 pieces on this piece of pine, which is awesome. If you fan it out, that's how it looks. We're going to cut these down. So we'll cut. Very simple, easy peasy. And again, these will go right into that spray foam that's cured with a little bit of glue. They'll be just fine. I, however, have my stemming machine, so I am going to use it. Especially because these will be in my Etsy, they'll be shipping, and if I have an extra tool I can use, I'm going to use it. I'm going to get my money's worth. So I'm putting my picks on these, all 6 of them, and we're going to get these ready to go, and the cedar. However, I'm going to reverse it this time, and I'm going to do the little cedar pick first. Those are ready. Let's put this aside. This can be broke down. So I thought about doing it like it's a Christmas tree up and back. That's kind of cute. Or, and I'm going to let you guys choose. This is how I teach in my group. Do you think we should put a large piece like this in back of him like it's a tree, and then add some cedar around the back? Or should we break this down and distribute it around him? I want you guys to vote. You tell me what you think would be the best way to do this design, and I want to see what we come up with. Whatever you tell me is how we will build this. Vote now. So, tree or break it up? Vote now. What do you think? What do you guys think? Hey Jessica, thanks for jumping on. Who's going to be the first? What do you guys think? Tree? Does kind of look like a Christmas tree, I'm just saying. Or little pieces all distributed. Desiree's like, break it down. Louise, hey! Louise says, break it down. Who else? Lisa, break it down. Okay, I like this. Anybody else? Selena, what do you think? Frenchie, what do you think? Selena says, break it down. Sherry, what do you think? Kathy, what do you think? Who else? Anybody else? Frenchie. Who else is on? Elizabeth, are you still on? Should we break it down? Pam says do a tree. Oh, I like that. Pam says do a tree. Okay, here we go. One person for a tree. Tree would be cute, I think. Nidra says break it down. Okay, there you go. Break it down. Who else is still on? Jennifer, what do you think? Rita, what do you think? Tree or break it down? Cheryl, what do you think? Lynn, what do you think? Come on, you guys, vote. Patricia, Claire, Tony, Nicole. Fantastic Designs, are you still on? Let me know what you think. Gina, come on, guys. Richard. Sherry says break it down. Claire says a tree. Cheryl says break it down. So it looks like more people are saying break it down. If I bring this one back, the prototype back, you'll see I broke it down. That's exactly what I did. So it's got both greens surrounding him. So it's a little more subtle. I have a little bit of the cedar coming down the side a little bit. But yeah, I broke it down. I think it would look good both ways, honestly. It's just a different way of doing it. It'd be a quicker way of doing it. But, and Claire says a tree. Sherry says break it down. So the majority say break it down. So let's break it down. So you can see it exactly how I built it in the prototype. So what we're going to do, I'm first going to cut off the majority of the stem because we don't need the height. So when you look at this from the back, can you see all the little branches coming off of that? So we are going to literally pull them apart, not pull them apart, but just separate it, and we're going to cut them off. So the first one I'm going to leave a little bit of a stem on. If you can leave a little bit of a stem, leave it because it'll be easier to get it into the foam. So it'll look like this. That's the bottom piece. The next piece, we're going to cut it right where it comes off the stem so that you don't end up with this piece of greenery with a stick sticking up. I'll show you what I mean. If you cut it above there, if you don't cut it right next to where it branches off, you end up with that. Can you see that? Which is ugly. That little nub. So we're going to cut that off. So if you cut it right next to where it branches off, you don't get that. But you still get a little stem. Let's see if I can. It's a very tough branch, but so you'll end up like that, little piece. So there's one little piece, two little pieces. We're going to go up again. So now that we cut it down next to that last branch, we have another stem. We've made ourselves a stem. Cut that off. So if you have little projects to do and you buy little picks like this at the craft store, think about breaking them down because now look at this. I have 4 pieces out of one tiny, tiny spray. And then I have 6 pieces out of one spray. So these, again, I'm going to put a pick on them just so that we have it because I can. And we will get going on this. So 4 pieces and 6. So let's start with these. No, we're not starting with this guy. I mentioned that to you, and then here I'm breaking my own rules. We're going to start with the main one in back. So we're going to go straight down behind the Santa. Remember, put a little glue on your stem first, but look at this. Right in there, right behind him. Not a lot of space between him and the branch. And it looks like he has fresh greens surrounding him already. This is a really nice spray. It looks very realistic. Okay, and then we have 2 like this that I'm actually going to drape down like this on either side. So, and it's kind of convenient that it kind of has a hook on the stem. So we're going to put these to the side and we're going to come forward just a little bit. So we're coming next to him versus behind him. And we're going to go straight in. If you have needle nose, get those out. Use that to push it in because these are shorties and you don't want to get glue or cut yourself on a pick if you have a stemming machine. So see how it kind of drapes down like that? So we still have the look of a Christmas tree, but we're able to make it bigger and spread it out. So I do like this version of it. Okay, I've got to cut this shorter because I'm hitting the Santa. I'll make this a little bit shorter. You won't, but I do because I put a pick on it. So this is going to come on the other side, same way, and it's going to go at an angle and drape down the front, right like that. How cute is that? Easy. Like I said, beginners, you guys, beginners. So we have all three. We have one left over. What am I going to do with this? I put a pick on it. I shouldn't. We are going to cut this down and put it in the bow. Yeah, just like the holly. So leave your last little piece aside, and we'll break it down and use it later. So there's 3 little pieces on this that we're going to cut down and just glue into the bow. It'll be so cute. So we'll leave that there. Let's move on to the pine. All right. Nicole says, sorry, lost my signal. Do you know if you can purchase a replacement weight for your steel pick machine? That I don't know. Does anybody know? She's talking about this little piece right here. And you know what? Someone else has mentioned that to me before. Or they find them like on Marketplace or whatever, and they're like, I need the weight. I'm like, if you go, I just mentioned this in my group, if you go to buy one used, you better get a box of picks. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. They're like 20 bucks for a box. They look like this. A little bit off the tutorial real quick, but I want to show you guys. So the box looks like this. These are 2 1/8. Yep, 2 1/8 inch picks. It's $20, but if you're really seriously gonna buy one and buy one used, get picks, because if you go to pick it up, it may not have any picks in it. You need to make sure it actually works, and it has to have the weight that provides the tension so that it'll advance a pick. So anyway, bring your picks, put a bundle of them in. They come like this. They come like this. There's a clear plastic band around them. You can drop it in the machine. Then cut your band so you don't play 1,000 pick pickup, because I've done that before. And try that machine out. As far as the weight, I will tell you, I believe you still have to have a resale, but you can call them. Floral Supply Syndicate sells them. I know that for sure, and they sell the picks. So you can always contact them. It's called, the company is Steel Picks Machine. Steel Picks. Mine is a vintage machine. Mine is a B&K, and it's like 45 years old. So mine's super, super old. I've been doing floral design for a long time, but see, mine is like really, really ancient. It's a B&K. But the steel picks are nice. I know that Hobby Lobby sells them, Floral Supply Syndicate. But since they're like a distributor, you might contact them. That's Floral Supply Syndicate. They sell all kinds of floral supplies, wholesale, and I don't know, Sacramento one, because I live in California, usually would let you do walk-in and pay a little bit more to buy without a resale number if you don't have one, but they might be someone to call. And if not, see if you can find the company, which the one that makes them now is called Steel Picks. So that would be my suggestion. I don't personally know, so. Okay, so that's my little thing about this wonderful machine. I love it. I can't design without it, honestly. I mean, I could, but it's just not as fun for me, so. Okay, back to the tutorial. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so we're gonna go to these now, and these are just gonna make a little fan in the back like we did on the other one. So we're gonna have 2 toward the center, right behind Santa, and right behind that cedar. I think it's cedar, but anyway. So right up and down behind him. And then we're going to go fan out. Remember, as we fan out, we're not straight up. We're tilted a little bit and in. Right there. Another one on this side, tilted a little bit. Tilted, not straight up. A little bit of an angle. Think of you creating like a fan. Otherwise, you're going to have a fence and not a fan. Does that make sense? So if you put them all straight up and down, you're going to have a fence in the back. So we want these to gradually slope down, and that's why you put it at that angle. Then we have 2 more, so we're going to come inside here. And now we're really sloping it, as you can see. We're sloping it like this, almost going in at an angle, and push. Like that. And they bend nice, so you can kind of like, you know, I may need to push that up a little further, a little too far down. Trying to work backwards. But so there you are on that side, and then we have 1 more for this side. And we're going to come in at an angle over here. Right like that. So there's all your greens in now. Perfect, right? It's like so easy, you guys, if you just layer and go step by step. All right, let's see. Donna's like, Donna, did you get one of those machines? Because they're like I said, I can't do it without it. Okay. So next is our berries. Berries. Yes, we're going to cut this down because we don't need this big pick. I love these because they're tiny. Some of these picks have bigger ones, but these are tiny ones, and they're red, but they're metallic red. So that gives it that little shimmer that we want. Okay, so if you see there's all these little branches on it. We are going to start at the top and not cut up. We're going to have 2 on the very top. So when you get to the 3rd branch, right above that 3rd branch of berries is where you're going to cut your first cut. So you're going to have this, 2 from the top. Now you're left with this. So you got it right. We're going to go to 2 again. So we come down, here's 2, and then the 3rd, cut it again. So now we have 2 of the branches like this, and 1 will have 3. Why did I not leave 3 on the top and work down 2 and 2? I'll tell you why. If you ever cut down berries like this, because the one that has 3 is going to be my top one in the middle. So I need the long branch so I can bring it up higher. Where these are going to come down lower and they don't need the long stem. So this gives me my long stem. So we now have 3. I kind of, if you want to measure to see how much to cut, hold it up in the back, figure out how far you want it sticking up in the front, and mark it with your finger. And leave a little extra to go into the foam. So that's how you know how much to cut off. So we'll cut it about right there. I'll be putting a pick on. You put it in the glue, stick it in. Okay, so let's start with this one. Let me go ahead and get a pick on there. And then I'm just going to bring it right up in the back here. I'm going to put a little bit of a forward bend on it. See that slight angle there? Just slightly. So that I can get it in the back, but it'll still stick straight up. If I try to put it in without the bend, it's going to kind of lean back a little bit. We don't want that. So we're going to go straight in. And because I put that little bend on it, I'm trying to straighten these out, it sticks pretty much straight up. And it just peeks up over the top. We can actually take some of the pine and weave the berries forward a little bit so that you see them a little bit more. Right like that. Okay? And then we have 2 more. We're going to do this on the sides. So let me put some picks on that. Easy peasy. Okay, so we have 2 of these. They each have 2. So the taller one is going to go toward the middle, the smaller one toward the outside. Okay, and they're going to come in this area here on the sides. So 1, let me not flatten my greenery with that. Okay, so there is 1 like that. So see how this is the taller of the 2 that come off that one stem, shorter in front. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Carol's like, notify. Hey Tracy, how are you? From Tracy Scott's Designs. Donna, Sam's Club. Oh my gosh. The cheapest place you could ever get one was Sam's Club, and then they stopped selling them. Those were a buy at Sam's Club, because weren't they like, they were like under 150 bucks or something? Man, they were a good deal. Good deal then. Okay, and the second one, same thing. I'm going to push it in. I'm going to bring the berries forward. The lower ones, higher ones stick up toward the back. Spread the little berries apart if you need to. You know, all the things. Make your berries look cute. So, there's our little berries in it. Look how cute, you guys. Got our checkerboard. We got our, what is it called? Mackenzie Milds. It does look a little bit like Mackenzie Milds. Just saying. Okay, so now it's bow time. Let's bring this ribbon back. Again, you'll get the exact, well, not quite the exact. You'll get plenty of ribbon to make the bow, probably a little extra, and then you can trim your tails accordingly. So we're going to make the same kind of bow. So our tail's going to be about 6 to 7 inches. Pinch. Let me move this out of the way. Move out of the way. So we pinch this together like this. We have our first tail. You're going to come out about 6 inches. You're going to pinch. So now you have a pinch and a pinch. 6 inches of ribbon in between. The wrong side is green, the right side is red. Bring the wrong sides together into the middle and pinch. So now you have one loop, one tail, and then you twist the ribbon back to red side up. You're going to do 6 inches again. When you fold it over, it turns into 3. If you don't want to measure it on the table, bring up your bunny ears. If they match, they're the same height, twist it underneath to bring the red side up again. And then we're going to do that again on the other side. Bunny ears, twist, and bunny ears. On this side, twist. So we'll have 4 loops, 2 on each side. And then this becomes your next tail. And where did my scissors go? And then you cut the tail. In your case, you won't have a roll of ribbon, you'll have a continuous piece. So just make your tail. It may be too long, and then you can trim it accordingly once you finish with your bow. Okay, we are now that we have the bow pretty much made, we're going to take the bow, put our zip tie over the top, push it until the nub is right at your thumb so you can control it. Bring that back around the back. Thank you for the hearts, guys. And then thread it through, but don't tighten it all the way down. No depth tightening yet. It's not time. It's not time. Be patient. Leave a little space there. Set it down. Take your piece of grapevine wire that's in your kit. Let me cut a little piece for myself. So you take your grapevine wire again, you feed it underneath the middle back, 50% on each side of the zip tie. Now you can tighten it down. Now you have permission. Tighten that down as tight as you can. If you have needle nose, because my hands are arthritic, you can really pull it tight with this. And then cut off the excess. Alrighty. Now, again, let's do this again. Take your grapevine wire. 50% is on each side of that zip tie. We are going to take the one side, push it all the way over to the other side. I know, you could probably skip this, but this is how I get my bows as tight as I can. So now I have both sides on the one side, then I take the opposite one and I push it to the other side. So now they crisscross right there where the zip tie is. From there, you can now twist them like a bread tie. Again, if you're old enough to know what that is. So now I twist them because I've got them as close to the zip tie as I can get them. And it means my bow will not be loose when I put it in the arrangement. What do I mean by loose? So if you started your twist further away from the bow would be floppy. It really would. This way, it's right up next to that. Look at it, won't flop. Won't flop. So that's my little tip or trick about getting your bows really tight. You'll always have one piece of the wire that is taller than the other. Just cut it off. Even them up. This you can add a little glue and push it right into the arrangement. I'm going to, however, put a pick because I got it. Okay, so now I've got my pick on there. I'm going to bring both my tails forward. I've got my little bow. I can fluff it a little bit. We're going to fluff it more once it's in there in the arrangement. But there's the little bow. Look how cute. Okay, bring this puppy back. I'm going to put mine on the left side, which is probably the right side because this is backwards for you guys. But mine, when I'm facing the arrangement, I put mine on the left. My bow goes at it. It does not go square. Your bow is going to go at an angle up and down so that your tails are away from the arrangement. That way they don't get in the bowl and take up space. You want that for goodies. Okay, so let's go ahead and push it in up and down like this. And I gotta see it when I'm doing it, because yeah. So I come close up to the Santa, not close up to the Santa, but like in line with him, and push it right in. This way it's up and away from the bowl section, so we can get some goodies in the bowl, right? We don't want the bowl taken up by bow. So now here's our little, there's our little bow in. But see, these, because we put it on an angle and the bow tails went away from the bowl is free, or the bowl is free for goodies. Okay, let's cut those tails up a little bit. We're just going to dovetail them. What is dovetailing, you ask? Well, let me show you, because I just did it and didn't show you guys. Let me grab a piece of ribbon and I'll show you how to do that. Very easy. So this is what a dovetail looks like when it's done. It looks like this. See the little triangle cut out of it? So what you do, let's see, what's a good piece of ribbon to teach this on? I'll do it on this scrap right here. So I have a scrap of green over here I'm going to use, green velvet. Okay, so you have a piece of ribbon, right? What you're going to do is fold that ribbon in half and put the edges together like this. So directly in half, these are the edges of the ribbon. Then you're going to cut from the bottom edges side up to the middle where the fold is. So at an angle like this. And then when you cut up to that angle and you open it up, you get your little fishtail, dovetail, or chevron. So that's all you do. So I hope that helps. I thought, oh, I didn't even tell you how to do that. I'm just like, oh, by the way, just, you know, dovetail it now. Pam, now you want chocolate, right? I know I'm sitting here looking at that tray going, oh, that looks really good. Jennifer, I think I need a replacement piece for my picking machine. Is it having issues, Jennifer? That is not good. Let's see. Yeah, Pam bought yours for $144 several years ago. Yeah, and now, yeah, Hobby Lobby is like $200 if you can find them. Thanks, Luis. Okay, so now we have this done. Let's take that scrap. Remember, there was one more piece left. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend, let me cut off that pick because, yeah, we don't need it. So just like this was the original stem, we're going to separate those 3 pieces of cedar into individual little pieces, and then we're just going to glue them into the ribbon. We're going to glue them into that bow to cover up the zip tie and just make it look cute. So 1 is bigger, 2 is smaller. The biggest one's going to go toward the middle. So I just add a little glue, just a little glue, and we're going to have that coming right out the middle here. Then, same with the other 2 pieces. Just take them, add a little glue. And I'm actually lifting up the two bow loops and putting them in between the 2 bow loops, 1 on each. So just a little bit of greenery coming out. It's super pretty. Just adds a little more to your design. And 1 right there. So now you got a little bit of the greenery coming out, and it just brings it up a little bit of a notch from just having a bow. So, and there you go. So can you see the little bit of greenery coming out from the middle of the bow? Super cute. And now you'll never see the zip tie. So that is number 2. Those are the 2 kits. What do you guys think? So super cute. It's fun to do with friends. If you're crafty and you want a cute little thing that you can make and go, oh, I made that. Or give it as a gift. Fill it with some cookies or candy. Make sure they're wrapped, like I said, because this is spray foam, like, yeah, expanding spray foam for like insulation. So, oh, thanks for the hearts, you guys. So we have 2, like I said, this style. Don't know the price yet. I'm gonna go work in there tonight and get them listed. And then this style. They do not come with the candy, but you get all the supplies to make the design. So there you go. Limited supply. When they're gone, they're gone. But look at how cute with candy. And then this one, let's dump the candy in this one that we just made. Let's just do it. Candy everywhere. Because I like you to see the one we made. Get in there. Get in there. So there it is with candy. How fun is that, you guys? Especially when you do the foil wrap candy. It just looks so cute. So, and it looks cute from the back. It just looks like a little forest, snow coming out the back of it. There you go. There is the Mackenzie Miles candy trays or goodie trays. All right, guys. Thanks, Louise. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Selena. So I'll get these listed tonight. So they'll be available. They're available for shipping. So tomorrow we would ship if you get one, because a lot of people worried, when will I get it? We're shipping tomorrow. So I am in California and we do ship UPS. So pretty much. Thanks, Tracy. So we'll get those listed. Thanks, Gina. So they're available. And like I said, inside the barn, if you like how I teach, we have a lot of fun inside the barn. We meet 3 times a week, and there's a whole library, over 100 videos. Again, $30 a month right now, but it's going up January 1st. You get in now, it's $30 for as long as you're in. It does not go up. So think about joining us. We have a really good time. It's a good time to join. We're at the beginning. We're getting ready at the beginning of the year to take you through all the seasons. Also think about it for a gift, because what an awesome gift for someone that wants to try out floral design. Also, you're not obligated once you join. You can cancel anytime after the first month. So there is one payment, of course, because it is a subscription, and you can't join, be in it for a couple of weeks ago, I want a refund. No refunds for the first, and then you can quit anytime after that. So it's a $30 obligation, you know, for 1 month. Not too bad. So, and I can't even tell you, it's pennies per video if you figure everything we have inside the barn waiting for you. So, and we do everything from all the holiday decor, everyday decor, weddings. There's a whole wedding series in there. You can do a whole wedding. I've taught the entire wedding, from bouquets to boutonnieres, corsages, arches, everything for the wedding. So we're coming up on January 1st when it's going to go up. So not to sound like an infomercial again, but get on in there. I'll put that link in comments when I get off of here. As soon as I have these listed, make sure you hit that follow button, because I will post that they're available with a link to my Etsy shop. So I'm Kathy with Big Barn Blooms, taking the fear out of candy and goodie trays today. So I hope you enjoy that, you guys. And we'll be live again as soon as I can get it together. No. We're going to pick a day. It's probably going to be a Wednesday, more than likely, that I'll be going regularly. So, let's see. I do not sell the red and green ribbon. I'm sorry. I have it for kits, and that's it. Donna's like, I see more kids headed this way. Come say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you put your face in
I'm
here.
just checking. I've been starting
I'm
dinner.
done. We're just talking. Oh, you started dinner. What are we having?
We're having stir fry.
Ooh, stir fry.
Hello, everybody. It's cold
There's
outside.
Bob.
Doing
Ooh,
stir fry
You
outside.
are cold. Oh, you're doing it on the grill?
Yeah, on the griddle. All right.
Like it. All right. I'll see you in a minute.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Kid Day. All right. Thanks, Selena. Oh, thank you, Pam. Pam is in the barn. Selena's in the barn. A bunch of you on here are in the barn. So I'm so happy that you guys joined me. We were live earlier today. I should have brought that design in. We made a really cute transitional arrangement. It's winter. It's a winter arrangement that can go from Christmas. You can use it right into winter after Christmas, because how many take your decorations down? You're like, now what do I do? My house is bare. So we're trying to get some winter wreaths, winter arrangements, so that you can make that transition a little bit easier. So that's what's happening inside the barn right now. And if you saw my big mantle, that full tutorial is inside the barn. We did that on the live. Claire, you are so welcome. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to go get some stir fry and get working on my Etsy and get these listed. So we'll see you next time. I guess you can put, who was it? Carol, I think, that put that. You can put !notify, and it'll tell you when I'm live. Make sure you're following me. I do try to announce it the day of the live, way before the live takes place, and I tag all the top fans, I guess. I can tag all top fans that, hey, we're going to go live. I did that this morning. So make sure you're following my page and you'll get the notification. I hope. It's Facebook, so. All right, Kathy with Big Barn Blooms. I'm taking the fear out of floral design, making it fun. So I hope you guys had fun this afternoon making these with me. Kits will be available tonight. And we'll see you next time. Claire, you're so welcome. Tracy Scott Designs, you are so welcome. Check out Tracy's page. She is an amazing designer. Tracy, you knock it out of the park. I'm just saying. I love seeing what you do. Go follow Tracy, you guys. She's really good. Sue, good to see you. Luis, awesome. She's doing the exclamation notify. Janice, good to see you on. I missed all you guys, so we're gonna get back to normal soon. We're getting there. So, all right, Cheryl's saying. So keep commenting, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off of here. And again, I'll put those links as soon as I have them available. But I'll put the one to Inside the Barn right when I get off. All right, bye now. See you later. If I can make my way around my design table. Here we go. You're welcome, Tracy. Bye, Donna. Donna, I'm going to be calling you.